Hello and welcome to another Canguro English Daily Digest. Today's Monday, best day of the week. This morning I had an interview with Jennifer Jenkins. She works at the University of Southampton and she works with English as a global language. And she was a really interesting person to talk to about her opinion of English exams, about her opinion of the way that more about sociolinguistics, right? So about what accent means, like accent prejudice, and about how people from different countries communicate and in English. And one really interesting thing is that she was very clear that when you put a group of people from different countries together in a room, so you might have someone from Indonesia, you might have someone from France, and someone from Africa, the worst communicators are monolingual English speakers. And it should be a wake-up call for all of us, monolingual English speakers who still think we're so superior, right? No, it's a bad attitude. We need to do better. But anyway, that's not what I want to talk about. Today's word of the day is about retreating. Like a military retreat, when you escape, you leave, and it's actually not a word, it's a phrase, which is a parting shot. So a parting shot is like, normally it's like when you take a shot as you are leaving, right? It's normally a metaphor, right? So imagine you're having an argument, and you're like, whatever. And then as you're leaving, you say, your mama. You see, I'm retreating. Your mama. That's a parting shot. You shoot as you're leaving. And now there is one possible source for this phrase. It's not likely, but it's possible. So back a long time ago, there were a tribe, a group of people called Parthians. And Parthians were, very skilled warriors. In fact, they were very skilled at riding horses. Okay? And remember, this is before the invention of stirrups. Stirrups are the things that you put your feet in when you're riding a horse. Before the invention of stirrups, before saddles. Saddles are the leather seats on the horse. And even before reins, right? Reins are the straps, Whoa, nay. Before any of this. So we're talking about these Parthians. They were sort of basically Iranians, right? That part of the world, Iran. So they're Parthians, they're on horses, just on a horse, fighting with bow and arrow. Right? With bow and arrow. Now, they developed a special skill. They would pretend to retreat, right? So they'd be like, oh my God, we're losing, let's escape. They'd pretend to retreat, but as they were retreating, okay, they would turn around on the horse. So the horse is running this way, and they're on the horse backwards. Right? With not holding on, they're just squeezing their legs together to stay on the horse and to steer the horse. Imagine the skill. And they would shoot at the enemy as they were retreating. And this was called a Parthian shot. Do you see? It's a beautiful connection. So I'm retreating and I'm shooting arrows at you. That's a Parthian shot. And I'm leaving, I'm saying, your mama. That's a parting shot. It's a beautiful coincidence, but it's probably just a coincidence. It's probably that those two things developed independently, and it's a nice little coincidence. I wish you luck with your parting shots. I think the most frustrating thing in the world, no, not in the world, a very frustrating thing is when you have an argument and then you get home and you think, oh man, I should have said that. Oh, that would have been the perfect thing to say. And then you're really frustrated about not thinking of that thing in the moment, and you kind of reliving in your mind how beautiful it would have been if you'd said that thing during the argument. That thing, and that brings me to the next thing I want to talk about, right? So, for example, what is this, right? Now imagine that you don't know what it is. You're like, what is that thing? Right? Now, in a lot of languages, including English, we have a word for a thing that you don't know the name for. Like you could say, what is that thing? Or you could say, what is that thingamajig? Okay. So that's a great one in English. If you don't know the name of something, you call it a thingamajig. I know that in other languages they have other ones, and there's this great post on Reddit where people from other languages say the word in their language for thingamajig. It's brilliant. So in French you have le truc, le machin, le bidule, la chose, or you can combine them all to say le truc bidule machin chose là. What about this? What about in Spanish? It says una mierda. Yeah, just hang on a sec. So you could say ¿Qué es este mierda? Which means shit, literally. Or other examples: mierda, jalada, pendejada, chingadera. That's Spanish. So bad, so filthy. Oh my god. Okay. In Polish, it's oh my god, I can't say it. We hajsted, right? Or zinzel, jinx, tentej, pipstick. Oh my, this is so good. In Portuguese, trocho and negocio. Negocio, trocho, is it trocho? In Irish, they say yoke. In Dutch, it's dinges or dingus. I'm not sure. So I'm curious about what is the word for a thingamajig in your language. Sometimes it's just good to play, right? To play with language and have a little bit of fun. Really important. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's Daily Digest. I'm Christian, and I'll see you in class.